Hi and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are replacing the undertray of my Mazda RX8. You can see I'm in my brother's driveway, just because he has these stands which can raise the car a bit higher. And yeah, the reason why we're replacing this undertray is because it feeds cool air into the radiator. And I noticed when I was at my last tractor at Lydden Hill that my temperature kept on climbing, and when I got home I had a look underneath, and yeah, as you can see, this one is pretty stuffed. It's meant to be flat, obviously it's not meant to have that gap over there. And I don't know if you can see through here. Let's have a look. It's focusing on my radiator, but I'll give you a better view once I get the undertray off. Wait, there we go. Yeah, that's my radiator behind there. And obviously if I'm not getting enough cold air flowing onto that, the car's going to overheat slightly. So this is a common problem because these cars are so low, and there are some aftermarket bits available, like aluminium undertrays, which obviously will be a bit stronger than this plastic, but they cost sort of over £100, nearly £200. I opted for a second-hand one, which I bought off eBay for £20, so that should do the trick. And yeah, let's get cracking. So just while I was here, I thought I would take the number plate off just to have a look and sort of see whether that would aid in the cooling. And a couple of issues, not issues, but a couple of differences I noticed is that first of all, this little stone grate came off. So well, it's fine, it's just cable tied to the plastic bit over there in the corners. And then also, if I look at this plastic grid, it doesn't actually feed air into the radiator at all. Right, so now the funny thing is, on my brother's Mazda, which is not a PZ, he's been race prepped, come around the front of his, you can see no metal grid, but also if you look closely at the bottom here, you can see there's actually cold air that feeds in the bottom section. They go straight through to the radiator. So I don't know, we're going to look now and see whether that is standard or custom, or maybe someone just cut the bottom bits off to get more air in. But maybe that's something I'll consider doing as well, just to help keep the engine cool.
Not to worry, but maybe that's a lie. Honey, what's your hurry? Won't you stay inside? Remember not to get too close to stars. They're never gonna give you love like ours.
Okay, eventually got it off. Radiator still looks in good condition. You can see whoever had the car before me definitely did a MacGyver move here, because it's definitely been scraped quite badly in the past and sort of patched together. But if I can take you to, this is what it should look like. That's the replacement one, and this is the one I took off. A bit of a struggle, but got it off. As you can see over here, it's been bent. I don't know what is hit, or what the plastic is obviously not in good enough shape. But yeah, let's put the other one back on. So one of the things I forgot to mention is that the integral part of this cooling system is that there's a bit of foam that sits between this plastic plate and your radiator, so it stops the air escaping between the plate and the radiator. And as you can see, as this came out, it's all just perished, so I'll be buying some new foam and probably just fitting it in afterwards once I've got this on. But yeah, just to make sure no air sort of escapes between the radiator and the plastic. So had a bit of a break, but just to show you, I've managed to fit this, and I think one of the big problems I'm having is that just whoever banged it up in the first place didn't put the right screws in, and I've got a lot of self tappers and a bit of a mix mash of screws, so I'm gonna have to do my best to put that back together again. And then if you can see, when I spoke about the foam that needs to go between the radiator and the plate, it's that bit at the back there, just to make sure all the air goes through.
Told you not to worry, but maybe that's a lie. Honey, what's your hurry? Won't you stay inside?
Okay, so this is the end result. As you can see, much better. Still not 100% sort of flush, but much better than the bent bit that I had in there, the bent undertray. This should help with the cooling, and I will eventually get to the foam under the radiator at some point. But also the funny thing, or the bit that I don't really understand about the design of this car, is that the air feeding into the radiator only comes through this bottom section here, only to the bottom section. And if you're on a track day like I was, when it's very hot and a lot of heat coming off the track, I'm sure I can understand why sort of the cars will overheat a bit. I mean, so this radiator, or this mouth bit here, is actually, in my car, doesn't have a function. So possibly we will look at some upgrades or mods, maybe a different bumper, or maybe trying to cut the bits of plastic away from there just so I get more cold air into the radiator. Yeah, and that is it. I don't know what I've got planned next. It's probably the exhaust swap, but I want to first do a decibel test, static and drive-by, with my Toyo catpack, and then I'll swap it out with the standard catpack, because I'm going racing the end of October, or maybe sooner, and I'll need to swap it out so that I meet the decibel requirements at the track. And thanks for watching my channel. I'll try and put some interesting stuff up again next time. If you like it, please hit the thumbs up, share and subscribe, and press the little button, the bell button, which will tell you when I post my next video. Till next time, cheers.